Today we're going to do a little experimenting in the plant room. So some people that are into gardening use something called a snail roll to start seeds. Today we're going to see if we can root my Hoyas with this method. Continuing that rehab reset on my Hoyas, and I was looking for ways to get roots on the Hoyas that's in my propagation bin. So let's see if this is going to work. I actually have the materials I need kind of laid out here already. This is going to be what we're going to use. This is I like when I get like shipments and there's the bubble wrap on there, I save them, and I've saved a few. Actually, I think I'm probably going to I might join these together. So what a snail roll is just long plastic laid down. It's topped with soil and of course seeds, and then you just roll it up into something like a tube. So we're gonna lay ours down with this material, and I'm gonna lay moss on top, and then we're gonna put the Hoya propagations right at the top. So it's not really seeds, we're gonna do actual plants, propagation plants like cuttings, to see if we can encourage root quicker. So what I'm going to do is lay out. So I'm going to join these two together because I feel like this is too short. I'm going to put the tape on the smoother side of the bubble wrap. All right, we're going to go into the bin now to get cuttings of Hoyas. Let's look at the bin. All right, you see we have the bin, and I'm gonna take moss from already in here. All right, so what we're gonna do is take out some of the Hoyas that I want to chop, and then take out some of the moss. So there's so much in here. I have a lot. I have a lot in here. Definitely the Hoya Crimson Princess. And we have the Hoya Calistophylla. I can do this one. And I should check to see if there is, what is it, woody? There's no sap coming out of this one, but I think I'm gonna leave this woody stem to see if it's going to propagate. I don't know. Okay, I have all these Hoyas here. I'm gonna bring the camera down so you can kind of see kind of how I'm doing this. There are some Hoyas that I'm gonna actually root in water. Move this. Okay, so some of these are already chopped. I think I'm gonna take the Hoya Sunrise, root it in water. I think that's what I'm gonna do with this one, because this one's gonna go to pond. I guess I can do one in soil and then one in pond. I don't want to have like so much plants that I can't. This kind of rehab experiment is going to cause me to like have to water more plants, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so the Hoya Whaleniana is going to go in pond. I cut off the stem and there's sap, so this stem was fine. I think if I had just moved this Hoya to pond, it would have done fine. I think one roll will be Hoya Mathilde. I think that's what I'm going to do. And Hoya Mathilde is definitely going to go in a self-watering pot. Okay, this, I'm just going to have one roll at a time. Okay, here's my roll, and I'm gonna line it up with moss. The moss is kind of cold. I have a heat mat that I took out from my closet, and we're gonna put a heat mat on the bottom of the bin today. I think that is fine. Look at it. All right, so let's get the Hoya Mathilde. Or Hoya Matilda. I don't know. I'm just used to saying Matilde. There's peduncles on this Hoya, and I hope they stay on the plant. I kind of wanted to keep the plant long as well, but I actually think I'm going to have to cut. So we are going to chop. I mean, I think this is a good place to chop. So line one in the moss. Line this one in the moss. All right, and then this stem. Oh, this is really long. Okay, I'm definitely had her wrapped around, and she branched out quite a bit. Okay, so where am I gonna chop? Where should I chop? I'll chop right here. Yeah, I'll just chop here. There's so much oh my gosh, there's tons of peduncles on this plant. I'm hoping to get those peduncles growing. I think that's all the Hoya Matilde I have. Yeah. Okay, this is the Hoya Corniana. We'll just make this just a Matilde roll. I'm actually gonna move this one over here. This is where the plant is. I don't really need all this. So maybe I can just cover, I'll cover it right here. Okay. There's kind of enough space because I'm not doing seeds, I'm doing plants. So I guess to roll it, I gotta make sure there's enough space for the plant. Okay, so we're gonna roll. Rolled up pretty nice. It's secure. I don't have it too tight. And the moss was very moist. So this is probably going to dry out really quickly because it is a thin layer of moss. Now I tape it to secure it. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to have to put it down. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is get a plant pot. Okay, I'm not going to use plant pots. I'm just going to put them in here so that way I can water it because I'm still going to water this. So what I'm going to do is plop it right in here and it's going to go in the bin. Let's do more. Oh my gosh, I think this is going to work. Hoya Matilde is in this little tray. Oh my gosh, okay. This is crazy. I think, why did I not do this sooner? All right, we're going to do more. We're going to do more. All right, this one is going to have, I'm just going to do a bunch of them on this one. More moss. There's another Hoya Matilde. Oh, crappers. All right, let's try to sneak this one in here. Did I miss any more? I think that's it. I missed one. All right, we're going to have to open this up and sneak it in here. I think this is not a problem. Okay, there we go. Okay guys, this is what I have. These are my Hoyas that I had in the bin. I only have, these are the Hoyas that I took out of the bin right here. So I'm going to root these in water. 2 plants of the Crimson Princess and the Wayleniana and the Sunrise over here. I have a lot of cuttings in the roll. I have a total of 4 rolls. So, wow, I didn't expect to have so much in here. And there's still some moss in here too. There's There's this much moss. I'm gonna continue rehabbing my Hoyas this week. So I'm gonna be putting some more in here, but we'll just leave these as the rolls and see what happens. Here's the larger one that I have. This is what the larger one looks like with all the other Hoyas. I didn't wrap it too tight. All right, so let's see if this is gonna work. I don't know. I am gonna plop this right into the bin, and then I can, I can water in here so it doesn't have to go through the whole bin. But we're gonna put a heat mat on the bottom of that windowsill that I have, and then see how that works. If you want to see some behind the scenes update on this, I will be opening the roll periodically to see what's going on. You're welcome to join the Patreon community, and I'll give a final update when they're ready to go in pots. All right, so let's put this right in here. And so we're covering it. Let's go get the heat mat set up. If this method works, I'm going to be rooting more cuttings this way. Let me know if you want me to try soil in the next experiment. I could do that. When I get roots on the Hoyas, I will pot them up in soil and I'll bring you along with me for that. Yeah, so let's see if it works. I'm kind of excited to try this. Thank you so much for hanging out and trying this experiment with me. Enjoy the rest of your day, and always remember, you are loved. Let's go get the heat mat set up. Oh, I gotta, Rachel, I gotta take the camera with me. Gosh darn it. Okay. I'm a crazy lady.